And the next 5 minutes is sponsored by John Parr, attorney at law. Is that how you go by, attorney at law?
Yes, Dick.
Yeah. John's been around a long time, been on the program for a little while. You gave me some literature that's really interesting, and one really caught my eye. It's from Forbes magazine. It says, Grandma's got a boyfriend. Now what?
Yeah, that's a very interesting dilemma for many families when a spouse... when a husband and wife are going along for many, many years and then one dies, oftentimes the surviving spouse will be lonely or want to continue to have some kind of companionship, so he or she will find someone, and then suddenly the children are screaming, wait a minute, we don't want to see our inheritance go to her and her kids. So it becomes a dilemma if the mother, in fact, wants to deal with it. Now, the kids have no business butting in, and the mom may well know what she's doing. But if, in fact, they want to actually make an effort to have the whole thing work, the mom can put her assets into a trust so that her friend can have income even after she's gone, but yet at the end of the day, everything will go to the kids. Yeah. But if you don't do anything, you could wake up and have all of your family's estate going to a completely another family.
And that, for some kids, is pretty scary thought.
I think every time it happens, the kids, unfortunately, wonder what's going to happen to my inheritance, whether they have the right to feel that way or not, as I guess in their mind...
Yeah, the first part of the article kind of says, first a word to the kids, grow up. But, you know...
I couldn't agree more.
Agreeing with it, though, and actually practicing it is a different thing.
And the other part of it, if the mom or dad is starting to sense some dementia, but she has not done anything, that becomes a real problem. And the revocable trust is an excellent answer for that problem.
Yeah. So what is exactly a revocable trust?
Good question. A revocable trust is a living document where you set up a situation where you can manage and distribute your assets without any interference. I'm going to give a real quick example. It's a little corny, but let's just say that you took a van and put everything you had into it and started driving off. If you could no longer drive, your spouse would take over. If she couldn't, you'd then have some third person that could take over and drive, and then when you're both gone, the truck is emptied to your kids. The point is that it gets everything together. It can be managed together. There's no probate. There's no guardianship. There's a dramatic reduction in the time it gets your assets where you want them to go, and it sets up a great continuum for management of your assets.
Well, how easy is it to transfer your assets? Something like this?
Every asset has a way of movement. A real estate requires a deed. If you have a brokerage account, you would go to the broker and give them certain pages of the trust, and then they would change the name of the trust only. It's not like you would have to retitle every stock, but you would rename each asset into the trust, and once it's there and you're spending the time today when you really have the energy in doing your business, so that tomorrow or the next day you will never have to worry about it again.
Just imagine a lot of people saying, yeah, I know, I got to do this, I got to do it. How about out-of-state property?
Yeah, this is one that continues to be a trap for so many of our citizens, because they do go south, they do buy residences, and they oftentimes pass away. If you do not put that asset into a revocable trust, you will find yourself probating your estate in another state as well as in Washington, conceivably. And if you get a probate going in California, it's very expensive. They have a minimum fee that the attorneys can just simply attach without any proof at all. They just get 5 or 6% right off the top.
Wow.
You don't want to do that. And it hangs it up, that sort of thing. So.
Well, John, we got about 60 seconds left.
You go too fast.
Yeah, I know. Time flies. Where do people find you, John?
I'm at 357-3036. My office is up in the West Hills Office Park in Building 11. That's up sort of surrounded by the Auto Mall.
Oh, over there. Okay.
That's correct.
All right, long time ago you used to be somewhere else when I used to visit you.
Yeah, and a final comment, if I may. I'm getting more hits. More people are interested as a result of us talking about